Hey guys, Gravener here. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And so we've got a ton of information that's come out over the past 2 days pertaining to version 11.0. That's right, we're going to be getting patch 11.0 tomorrow. So let's go ahead and go over the pre-release information. So we've got Marvel's Doctor Strange is in theaters on November 4th. Okay, so we already know that. Not a big deal. The Collector has organized a tournament, same thing, for his many mystic champions, but something dark lurks in the background of this event. Doctor Strange, his friend Mordo, and the enigmatic Dr. Voodoo decide to create a mystic council to uncover the hidden threat. As they travel the battle realm to gather their forces, it becomes clear something or someone is working against them. Which I'm guessing is going to be maybe Guillotine, possibly, considering that's the big character in the background. Who knows? The Collector has also added a new twist to the battle realm. Portals transform movement throughout the contest, offering new challenges and new ways to see the battle realm. As you battle through the Sorcerers Conclave, earn dimension shards. Now, this is where some of these images that we've seen pop up. I'll put the image up on the screen right here from Marvel Contest of Champions Trucos, where we had shards, and they were purple shards, and I'm guessing that's what these shards are going to be. They're going to be the dimension shards to unlock dimension rifts. These short duration quests come in 4 difficulty tiers, much like event quest, each with increased rewards as well. The items found here can be extremely valuable, especially in the master difficulty rift. So possibly some more of these little boosters like we've been getting with Ghost Rider is what I'm thinking. It's going to be something similar to that that's going to be able to help us along our way in these master dimension rifts. Dimension shards can also be exchanged for dimension crystals, but the rewards they contain will not be as effective as entering and completing the dimension rifts, or the dimensional rifts. Dimension shards for each can be found in event quest, completion and exploration rewards, alliance events, solo events, dimensional rifts themselves. Complete a rift to gain dimensional shards for the next difficulty level of rift. So it does kind of sound like we're going to be getting some stuff similar to these soul boost, or whatever they're called. I've never really used them, so it's not like it's that big of a deal to me. Well, these ones are definitely going to have to be used if you want to go into these dimension rifts. And I'm guessing that these could potentially be harder than anything else that we've played as far as dailies go, because that's exactly what this sounds like it's going to be. It's going to be kind of like a daily, being able to go in these dimension rifts and try to down it all the way from beginner to master level. Dimension shards, we're going over that. Auto fight is now available. Big thing that's been plugged for a while now. Auto fight, some people have had it in beta testing, or not really beta testing, but certain people have been giving it throughout the game to beta test it to see how it works. I'm not really that big of a concerned person on auto fight, because of the fact that I think that auto fight is kind of cruddy. Any footage that I have seen from the auto fighting that's been done within this game is pretty lackluster. It's basically like AI that we go up against. They don't fight really all that great, and me personally, I would just rather go ahead and just play, just to make sure that I don't lose. You can sit back, relax, and watch your champions battle, blah, 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 blah. We recommend that you use the feature when grinding with easier to medium level fights, obviously. Auto fight will be available at level 19. So if you're under level 19, you're not going to be able to get it. Language updates, new languages added, traditional Chinese and simplified Chinese. UI improvements. This is another thing that we have seen already from the Doctor Strange red carpet with the new layouts for the UI. And there's been a couple of people that have covered it on YouTube already. But this is confirming it. We are definitely getting it. You know, it wasn't sure at the time whether or not this was just something that they were just playing with for the red carpet, but it is exactly what we're going to be getting. So a revamped Champions info screen showcases characters' stats and abilities with more detail. The Champion info screen has been updated and overhauled. Owners can now get an expanded view of their Champion's base stats, The champion upgrade screen has been updated to allow the selection of more than 6 ISO 8 at a time, behaving similarly to the stash. Champion tags tell you more about your champion. Find out which champions are good targets for Magneto's magnetism ability, or use the new champion types to know who is good for offense or defensive playstyles. Synergy bonus displays on team bars. Bug fixes. So we got the bug fixes here. Phoenix's max PI. A bug fix for the evade animation and counter attack immediately has been fixed. Affecting amount of health regenerating after activating Phoenix's Rite of the Phoenix bug has been fixed. Scarlet Witch's Power Steal would activate with no effect. That's been fixed. Fixed a bug that allowed Vision and Star-Lord to stack heal blocks. Fixed an issue where a Mystic Symbioid on map 5 would activate a Fate Seal that does not trigger willpower. Fixed Black Widow's signature so she can no longer break through blocking champions. Black Widow, after this patch goes up, will not be able to break blocks. No more block break. Fixed resonates. Info in Mastery Tree to include the chance to activate. Character changes. Juggernaut's base ability to combine both his armor up and unstoppable buffs at the beginning of the fight into the new Sidarok's favor ability. Juggernaut's unstoppable at the beginning of a fight will now scale as he ranks up from anywhere between 2 to 3.3 seconds, which it should have been doing to begin with, because Unstoppable Colossus does that as well. Altered mirror image to attempt to duplicate opponent cruelty, precision, resistant, fury, armor up, and regeneration buffs every 7 seconds instead of immediately. Duplicated buffs will be in effect for 6 seconds. So mirror image inside of Alliance Wars probably going to be a little bit more difficult now, especially if you go up against that character with someone like a Scarlet Witch, who's going to be having a ton of buffs on her. Reduced call out for Power Steal during Rogue Special 2. Blah, nothing. Okay, so that takes care of the minor updates for patch 11 that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Now let's get into the information on the Sorcerers Conclave event that's going to be starting tomorrow. So I'm not going to read over all this crap. It's kind of redundant. Q&A though. The Q&A is the big thing. How long does this quest run for? It's going to run from November 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific until December 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So we actually have a pretty good end date for that one. No word if it's going to be a 2-port or not. But portals, do these work? How I think they work? Do these work how I think they work? Okay, that makes a little more sense. We'll get into that here in just a minute, because I've got the introducing dimensional portals up on the other screen there. I just read that yesterday, heard someone say something about random portals. No, I can't stress this enough. Random portals are not in Sorcerer's Conclave. They are only in the dimensional rifts. Read only below for more on that. So a lot of problems that people have been having is that they think that the portals, some of them are going to be random. We'll get into that here in just a minute. That it could potentially just shoot you right back to the very beginning of the mission. Not going to have that problem during the actual mission quest itself. This is only going to be part of the random portals, or at least are only going to be part of the dimensional rifts, which is what it looks like going to be, just one mission at a time. So don't worry, don't fret about the portals completely screwing us over and making it so that we have to do this stuff over and over and over and over again. I skipped this part and went straight to the rewards. What's with the dimensional rifts or dimensional shards? I'll let you guys just keep that up on the screen there for a second if you want to read it. Hey, where did all the 4-star crystal shards for exploration and mastery difficulty go? Did they take them away? You'll probably ask this question once you take a look at the rewards for master difficulty in game. So we'll go down there and look at that here in a second. What else we got here? How do I get the Legends title? Blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Same thing. Nothing different. Top 100 times for the first 2 weeks of the event being out. And in addition to this distinction, the first 100 receive the following rewards. 1 through 5, 3 times Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystal. 6 through 100, 1 times 4 Class Catalyst Crystal. Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystal, rather. So we got the beginner quest, the normal quest rewards. I'll just go ahead and leave the beginner up there, so if anybody wants to look at that, they can actually pause it or look at it while I'm reading the next one. The heroic is where the problem is apparently happening. For completing and mastering all the heroic quests, you earn 2 premium hero crystals, 3 times premium hero crystals. In actual crystals, you get the shards, so you get 5 total, 1 3-star hero crystal, and 400 4-star hero crystals. 20% of all crystal, 20% of a crystal. 500 times 5-star crystal shards, 150 units. 50% of a 4-star, or not 4-star, Tier 4 generic catalyst fragment. 1 alpha catalyst, 2 Tier 3 generic catalyst, 12 Tier 4 generic ISO, 30 Tier 3, and 10,000 Tier 3 dimensional shards. So, I mean, I'm guessing that does sound a little bit low, possibly, for the 4-star shards. Let's take a look and see what this says now. You'll probably ask this question once you take a look at the reward for master difficulty, since it's not obvious here. Simple answer, no, you still get them. The reason they aren't shown there is pretty simple. We have a limit on the number of items we can show in the exploration rewards section, and since we want to highlight that you get 8,000 Tier 4 dimensional shards for exploration of master difficulty, we simply took those 100 4-star shards and added them to the chapter 3 exploration rewards. The only difference this makes for you guys is that you'll see the shards in a different place, since you still receive them at the same point you normally would. So actually, that's just saying that they're taking it out of the exploration rewards and just putting it into the chapter 3 rewards. So no big deal, right? No big deal, I don't think. Nothing new really to go over there. Let's jump into the final portion here, which is introducing dimensional rifts. And this is the one thing that I think really kind of gave a lot of people a lot of issues. So we have the portals and we have dimensional rifts. If you read over the notes for our patch 11 releasing tomorrow, you may have noticed something new. They're called dimensional rifts. They'll be running alongside the Sorcerers Conclave event quests. Dimensional rifts are short, limited time quests that come in 4 difficulty levels, each offering increasingly valuable rewards. Players open dimensional rifts with dimensional shards and have just 1 hour. 1 hour to complete it. How exactly do they work? Dimensional rifts make use of another new feature, portals. If you haven't read our post on portals, we suggest doing that first. You can find that here. I've got it pulled up on the next screen so we can go over that. Players will start at the middle of a map with multiple paths only connected by 1 portal, which will send them to a random path with a few enemies, a reward, and an exit. After you've collected your reward and exit the quest, you will need to open another rift to re-enter and attempt to take another path. Some of the paths contain rarer and more valuable rewards, and your chances to be transported to those paths are also more rare. There are four tiers of dimensional rifts. Each is successfully more difficult and filled with more lucrative rewards, with Tier 4 rifts containing rewards such as 5-star shards, entire Tier 2 alpha catalysts, that's kind of nice, and 5-star awakening gems. 5-star awakening gems, holy crap. The energy cost will range between 2 and 5 per step, but no more than 60 energy per rift. That's not too shabby. No more than 60 energy. So it's never going to be over 60 energy, which means that you can do it at max level and still have energy left over, so that's a good thing. I like that. As we mentioned before, you open a dimensional rift with dimensional shards. You will need 10,000 of any given tier to open that rift. You can collect shards through the Sorcerers Conclave event, solo, and alliance events, the daily login calendar, or by completing an easier tier of the dimensional rifts. Mastering any difficulty of the Sorcerers Conclave event will earn you 10,000 shards towards the corresponding difficulty. In addition to opening dimensional rifts, dimensional shards can be used to form a dimensional crystal instead of opening a rift. This is only suggested if a player has earned enough shards to enter a dimensional rift that they do not feel they are equipped to handle, because the rewards inside a crystal are not as lucrative as the ones found inside the rift. So I guess we're telling you right now, right off the bat, or at least they're telling you, don't spend your shards, your dimensional shards, on crystals with the hopes of being able to get something good out of them. At least they're telling us right now that the rewards are going to suck. So that's a good thing. To celebrate the launch of Dimensional Rifts from November 2nd to December 2nd, we will be replacing all premium Hero Crystal Shards in the 7-day login calendar with Tier 1 Dimensional Shards. All players will be reset to Day 1 at the beginning of the week. You're probably wondering about the rewards that you can earn in the Dimensional Rift. Check back tomorrow for more information on what each tier contains, and we'll look at this kind of stuff tomorrow. We'll also be taking a look inside the game, but let's take a look at the portals. And this is one that kind of screwed with a lot of people's heads, because of the fact that you could potentially go anywhere with this question mark down here, a random portal. But we're going to have direct portals. Direct portals have one entrance and one exit. Entering one of these portals will transport summoners to a single predetermined location elsewhere along the quest path. You'll be able to preview where you will be exit the portal before you teleport, but you will not be able to specify where you end up. There's multiple portal. Trickier than direct portals, multiple portals have one entrance but multiple exits for you to choose from. Like direct portals, when you reach the entrance of a multiple portal, you'll be able to view the possible locations you can teleport to. Unlike direct portals, there's more than one exit and players can choose which one they want to travel to. And then random portals, which they said will only be in the dimensional rifts. Random portals add a touch more chaos to the battle realm. With one entrance and multiple exits, moving through these portals will randomly teleport summoners to one of many possible exits. These portals are currently not planned for any monthly quests, so players do not have to worry about having their Legends runs or mastery of a quest having a sense of chance attached to them. So at least that's a good thing, right? So here we see how a single portal works. You go through the portal on one end, come out on the other end. And you're going to see here, we can see the exits. We can pick between which exit we want to go to. This one you don't get to pick which exit you go to. It's an A or B situation. You're going from A to B, or from portal 2 to exit A. Same with this. It's basically the same thing. Just telling you, you click on it, it's going to teleport you. Then we run into an instance where we have portal number 2, but exits A, B, and C. So you have to decide at that point which one you want to go to. You're going to click A, B, or C, and it's going to highlight it on the map. You can click teleport, and you'll go to it. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy, until you get to the random one, which, like I said, it's only going to be in the dimensional rifts, not during the actual missions themselves, where you're going to go into portal. We got portal 5 here on the screen for an instance, and there is a plethora of entrances that we can go to. It's got up to D on the screen, but there are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. At least a tons of exits there. So not too shabby. After teleporting, once you hit the teleport or chance it button, you'll be moved to the entrance. From the entrance to the exit, once you are at the exit, you'll be stopped from moving any further, even if there's one path ahead. and you can continue on your way from there. That's it. So, not too shabby, I guess. Remember, if at any point you want a refresher on how portals work, you can hit the info button in the top right of your screen to get you up to speed. Also, keep in mind that you don't need to be on a portal to see all its exits. Only if you want to teleport. If you want to scope a map out ahead of time, simply tap on the entrance and make the menu. Make the pop-in menu appear and explore to your heart's desire. This is just the beginning for portals. In the future, we plan to use them in all kinds of different ways. We're excited to finally bring this feature we have worked long and hard on to you guys, and hope that you all enjoy all the new kinds of content that portals will make possible. So, alright guys, let me know how you feel about all this in the comment section down below. I know it's a lot of information to retain. Some of you probably would have had to have paused and took a look at some of the other stuff on the screen just to kind of get a better grasp of what's actually kind of going on here. But let me know if you're excited about this, how you feel about it. I'm pretty excited about the fact that we're going to be possibly getting more missions with more rewards than just, you know, these special missions that they do every like month or so, or however long they come out. Every month, every 2 months it takes for them to come out. I like the idea of being able to have extra stuff to do. Makes things a little bit more easy, makes things a little bit more interesting. Right now, I'm currently grinding in the Ghost Rider quest, and hopefully within probably the day after tomorrow, I will be able to come back and show you guys that I have picked up Agent Venom, a character that I don't currently have. We'll see how that works out, but that's currently what I'm doing. And I've taken time from the arena to actually kind of just go over this information with you guys. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this is your first time watching the channel, please consider leaving a sub on it. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on it. And as always, guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.